Hello everybody, Redzone here, welcome back to another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. We finally have the boy done, ready, EZA, good to go. BEERUS is here with his EZA, so we're going to be doing his showcase real quick. I'm not going to go deep dive into the hardest difficult content yet, but this is how we're going to be able to see him on two different aspects. We're going to see him like against a non-Realm of Gods category enemy, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump into a Realm of Gods category enemy stage where he can be able to shine bright there. So BEERUS, getting his EZA, you know, I feel like he was a little bit slept on when, you know, there was a lot of you know, battles and fights over on JP that they didn't impacted his performance as well as it does now, because after the worldwide download celebration we were able to get a lot of difficult content, a lot of difficult enemies with the Realm of Gods category, and using this unit in those stages have, you know, kind of surprised of a lot of people in the community. So I'm glad that he was able to get a little bit of shining and glimmering light after, you know, his reveals and stuff like that was provided to us after his ECA. So let's go ahead and talk about him. He leads Exploding Rage or Realm of Gods category, K +3, 170. He has a super attack, which is the Gun of Destruction Edict, 11.2 million right there. That's pretty good. Raises attack, so he stacks attack by 30% indefinitely. He causes immense damage to the enemy, and he's able to greatly lower the attack and defense of the enemy, which is okay-ish. If there's an enemy that can allow you to do that, then perfect, good. His passive skill, God on God Showdown. He gets attack and defense, attack plus 50% and defense plus 200% at the start of the turn. He gets an additional attack plus 150% when performing a super attack. He reduces damage received by 40% with 3 or more key spheres obtained, plus an additional damage reduction of 30% before attacking with 7 or more key spheres obtained. He gets an additional attack and defense plus 150% within the same turn after receiving an attack. He then also randomly changes key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres, and attacks effective against all types when there is a Realm of Gods category enemy, which is something that we will be testing along the line a little bit later on in this video. So the thing with BEERUS, right? He gets 70% damage reduction, but this is him before attacking. Meaning that, you know, at the start of the turn, usually, you know me and Merch Samasu supering on slot 1 every single time. If we do collect all the orbs necessary, we do have 70% damage reduction. So he will not be able to do a ton of damage as he normally does. This is, of course, granted that BEERUS takes the first hit. BEERUS usually will take a lot of damage because upon getting hit, he gets the extra attack and defense plus 150%. And the additional defensive stat is pretty helpful after he takes the first hit. So if he takes the second hit before him super attacking or anything like that, he might tank a super attack from Merch Samasu by double digits, which is very good. So let's show you, for example, right on this section right here, we have all of our links active except for Berserker, which I do not know why. And we collect all these orbs, right? We're gonna collect all of these. He has, right now, he has 70% damage reduction with 220k defense. Of course, he will need to get hit. Once we get that hit, he gets an extra 150% attack and defense, which will be very, very good. But yeah, I got a little bit confused because after he super attacks, he will not have that damage reduction anymore on 11.7 million. So if this Shenron were to super attack us, I mean, he doesn't hit as hard as Merch Samasu does, but we would be most likely to take damage. So it's basically banking on having your units to super, or like the enemy super attack first prior to him super attacking, because that extra damage reduction that we get, the extra 30% damage reduction, is going to be very vital. So I do also wish that on his super attack, he were to stack defense as well. Like he could have gone at least 30% defense for some few amount of turns. That would have been very, very nice. But unfortunately, that is not the case. Our poor boy BEERUS is gonna be more of an attacker, you know, because he is the god of destruction. So he has an active skill as well, which is the Wrath. He gets attack and defense plus 50% permanently. Attacks effective against all types, and the attacks are guaranteed to hit for the turn. And this can be activated when HP is 70% or less, starting from the 4th turn from the start of the battle. We haven't lost a lot of damage, so we should be... I mean, we haven't been hit for a lot, so we should be fine, unless we like get super attack here. But we're pretty much cruising down this fight. His links are Godly Power, the Innocence, Prodigy, Shocking Speed, Connoisseur, Fierce Battle, and Berserker. Unfortunately, he will not have Berserker active unless we bring... I don't know, is Champa? No, Champa doesn't have that link. There has to be like one of these units that can have like Berserker or something like that in here. I guess Broly. Broly is one of those units that has Berserker on his links. So not too shabby. See, now this is the problem. No, not a lot of orbs. So we will not be able to get any sort of damage reduction on this turn here. So this is, I guess, a test to see how much damage we will take here. Yeah. Now 40k is, you know, initially is gonna be not too crazy, but I don't know, man. On this team, those links that he gets with BEERUS and Whis, let me see. So it's Shocking Speed that provides the key +2, and the extra defense. Unfortunately, we weren't able to collect as many keys as we would have liked, but there we go. I feel like this is a good showing or a good stopping point. Now we can go ahead and possibly like try to fight a Realm of Gods category enemy, so we can be able to see how well he fares over there. Alright, so we're here on the Goku Black stage of the Ultimate Redzone. This is not gonna be a true of a test against this fight, due to the fact that I might switch up the teams, especially for these types of fights, you know, because these Redzone stages are just another tier of difficulty. So no 7 orbs, unfortunately, so I'm gonna try to collect... man, we don't have enough key. We're getting the Innocence and Fierce Battle right here, so I'm gonna have to collect all these. Unfortunately, I do have to do this for Gohan because we do get the extra damage reduction if the enemy is hit with the 18 key, and Trunks needs to do some additionals right there. So yeah, 309k. This is without the 30% extra damage reduction because we just couldn't get the orbs. I just do not have the RNG for that, apparently. Him not supering as well, like... again, he doesn't get any extra defense upon supering. This is... yeah, I might have to switch teams. So, of course, if we do... I feel like we're dead in the next turn, so I'm gonna switch the team around and see how well the team composition can do, because BEERUS has a couple of 200% leader skills, or 200% leaders. We got this Carnival Gohan, which we're using right now. He has the 2023 Worldwide Download Celebration Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta, and then of course we also have the Turles, but I don't think running him on Turles will be the greatest idea. So I'm gonna make the team switch and we'll be right back. Alright, so we are back. Not the greatest of starts here because we've been taking a lot of damage, but we are here on the Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta team. I guess we can test out how BEERUS takes all these, but again, it will be beneficial for all these attacks to be before he attacks, because at this rate in time, I feel like we will die if we leave him on slot 1. like I said, he does get a lot of extra. Ooh, I'm sorry, Bulma. He does get a lot of extra damage reduction and everything like that before he attacks. But if he gets hit with like a super attack from Goku Black, we are dead. That is the unfortunate scenario, of course. I do wish that he was able to just get the flat out damage reduction. But again, he gets the damage reduction before he attacks. So if in any case, if we do jump, I guess we might make the jump over to... please dodge. Okay. If we do make the jump over to the Fusion Zamasu stage, alright, 7.2 million. Keep in mind, he's not receiving the attack buff after he gets hit. That's another instance where we might see him right now his weakest kind of spot here. And anything we might jump over to the Goku Black, not the Goku Black, the Fusion Zamasu stage and see how well he does over there, because I know our boy Zamasu does a lot more of attacks over there too. So yeah, let's see what we can do here on this turn. I gotta go all those orbs for God Goku. There we go, right there. There we go, buddy. And boy. So if this was BEERUS on this turn right here, we would have put him on the first slot and see how well he would have done against these normal attacks. It would have been double digits with all the orbs that we could have collected there for BEERUS, but of course this is not the rotation for it, it seems like. So BEERUS is in a couple of categories that can be pretty helpful for people. He's on Exploding Rage, Realm of Gods, Movie Bosses, Siblings Bond, Worthy Rivals, Bond of Master and Disciple, Space Traveling Warriors, Planetary Destruction, Legendary Existence, and Battle of Fate. I want to check if BEERUS and Whis are also in that category. Let me see. Not on Planetary Destruction, but they are on Space Traveling Warriors. So I guess if you would have bunched them up with Turles's team, I guess there could have been a decent run, but they will only get the 170 instead of the full 200%. You know, it's just a wacky team build, I guess you could make with good old BEERUS. Yeah, that's the only flaws that I can see with this guy. Again, he was vastly underestimated before these events came in. But yeah, he looks pretty very good. I guess I can show the animation. Unfortunately, I don't know what it is, but my OBS doesn't, or like my Elgato doesn't want to collect the audio from the phone, which is silly. But I guess I can be able to just like show the animation and see how this looks. I do like this. This is pretty good. So again, he gets this active skill. If we're under 70% HP, we do get our extra attack and defense right there, plus 50%, and the attacks will be effective against all types and guaranteed to hit for the turn. So just to test out what BEERUS is able to do here. How's our defense? 294, and we're getting godly power of fierce battle. Do we get anything extra? No. What do you get for godly power? That's an extra attack plus 15%. I guess we can leave it there. Also, my build for BEERUS, I went a little bit more consistent with the attack, like the offensive side of things, because you do want to do a little bit of extra damage with BEERUS. So I'm not too mad about this build. Let's see how well he does here. So he gets 11 orbs. Again, you just need to collect 7, and he gets the damage reduction. All the bonus damage reduction. Like, you need to get 3 for his 40% damage reduction, and then the extra 30% you just need to collect 7 orbs. And of course, the 30% damage reduction will be only prior to him attacking. So if he does get supered on the second on this third attack over there after BEERUS attacks, then that's a GG right there. He will take a lot of damage. So super? No super. So let's see, 14.4 million. That is just with only 2 links active. That's pretty good. And yeah, okay, double digits is not bad. Again, he had 40% damage reduction plus the extra attack and defense that he gets on his passive and by the active skill, which is good. Again, unfortunately, it's just an unfortunate scenario that he's not going to be able to tank those attacks very decently after he super attacks, because, you know, after super, he will take damage, unfortunately. Actually, this might be a pretty good showing here. I might just leave him on this fight here, where we just are able to look pretty good. Unfortunately, dude, I need to fix this. I don't know why the Elgato just doesn't want to... It's either the Elgato or the setup of how I have the audio playing. Because I have my desktop audio, you know, you guys are hearing the OST from the physical Samasu right now. But for some reason, I think it might be the alerts from the alerts chat that is covering the noise from the phone's audio. So I do have to fix that up before continuing on, because of course we want to listen to these beautiful OSTs happening right now, you know? So yeah, let me know what you guys think about BEERUS. He looks, again, he was very, very underestimated when he came out on JP, but of course, we didn't have the worldwide download celebration on JP. This was, of course, during the Tanabata celebration in July, and then, of course, we had the worldwide download celebration in September. So he did not get his chance to shine, but I know that a lot of people were able to test him out, showcase what he does and everything like that after the fact. So yeah, very, very good ECA. I do like seeing what he's capable of doing. Let me see what he is able to do up against this type of enemy, you know, in Goku Black, where we have type advantage. I don't know how many links we'll be able to have, but we have Bulma support active. I don't know if the active skill effect will carry over to the next turn and every so other turns, because the way that it's phrased is just he gets attack and defense plus 50%, attacks effective against all types, and guaranteed to hit for one turn. But I don't know if this... let me actually check the actual wiki. That's stupid. So I don't know if the effect, like the attack and defense for 50%, or it will be for one turn, or is it just a permanent buff? But it seems like it is not. It's just attack and defense plus 50%, attack effective against all types, and they're guaranteed to hit for one turn, I guess. That is the phrasing that would put it. So again, I did kind of want to speak a little bit of the flaws of this unit. You know, of course, after he attacks, if he does get supered, he might take a little bit of extra damage there, but you know, we can possibly test that out on a separate video to see how well he fares. In addition to that, I wish he would be able, I wish he was able to get a little bit of extra defense after he supers. You know, that would have been a little bit more helpful for him. Yeah, sure, we can do this. Oh, I forgot to skip. We did a lot of damage at the beginning there, so BEERUS might be able to finish things off if we do crit here on the Vegito active skill after we toss it out. Because again, we wanna get the W here. So, but BEERUS look actually really good. You know, the attack stats were pretty high. He hasn't taken a super attack, which of course that is the true test of power. We want to see how well he takes those super attacks there, but we'll check and see. So BEERUS right now 220. We do lose godly power, where we do get it back. Actually, we get shocking speed with God Goku as well. So I'm gonna leave this rotation right here. 231k defense. Remember that he does get an extra defense. He does get extra defense on with shocking speed and godly power. Well, godly power is just an attack link. So let's collect the 7 orbs. See how well we do. See how BEERUS Sama is able to take Goku Black down. He does still get the attacks effective against all types if we're facing a Realm of Gods category enemy. Yeah, 12.5 million. So we just got the attack buff on the active skill just for one turn. So that's pretty good. That's okay. I like this. I like this a lot. Please super. No super. Okay. That's fine. Pretty easy fight. Of course, this is a pretty strong team. For him, of course, not most of his links are going to be active because he does have things like Connoisseur, Prodigies, got Berserker, you know, those types of links that we will not be able to see active. Unless you have like a BEERUS and Whis on rotation. BEERUS and Whis, you know, the LR, they are the best linking partner for them, but I don't know how well and how sane it would be to run BEERUS and Whis on this type of setup. We could try and see how well we can do to just gauge the fairness of how the fight will go with BEERUS and Whis in that rotation, because again, both of them, they link up really well with BEERUS here. They link 6 out of 7 links together, so most of his links are going to be active, and it's a lot of attack power with all those links. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the ECA for BEERUS. He looks very strong. Next up is possibly going to be him up against Samasu, so we will be able to test things out over there and see how well he looks. So I appreciate you guys stopping by, watching this video. If you guys like and enjoy, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new. BEERUS looking very strong up against, of course, Realm of God's enemies, because we got the toughest fights in the game, and they are coincidentally Realm of God's category enemies. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye bye.